Okay, so I'm making a video about brainwashing and the brainwashing and the sex trafficking of white women in America. Because, and this is my testimony too, okay? Because like a lot of young white girls, they're not loved by their families for some reason. Out of jealousy, say like there was some good in this girl and there's like no good in the rest of the family. So everyone hates her because they hate the good in this person. So they belittle her, they make her feel terrible. And then when she feels so bad, she sees like black men and she sees the sad looks on their faces. And it makes you wonder, I wonder what they're going through, so you want to be friends with them. And then, anyways, somehow you get manipulated by them saying, like, oh, your friend's having sex with us. Like, what, are you scared? Are you scared? Oh, like, she's scared, So then you just do it. And then it's, like, no big deal because you think God is gonna, like, I didn't used to think about, like, God because my parents aren't religious, but I had this natural feeling, like, because I'm a good person, like, things are eventually going to, like, be okay. But instead of that, nobody knows that. Nobody knows you're a good person. They see you come from a family of white people who they think are bad people. Everybody thinks that you're the bad one. Everybody starts to think that this girl is the bad person. They think, like, a black person was just preaching and he was saying, you don't do things that are unpleasing to you. Praying my cat comes home because he's outside. But, you don't do things that are not pleasing to you. But white people, we do. We do. I mean, we always do. Like, every time your mother makes you go to school, you don't want to go to school. That's unpleasing. Black people, I guess they do that too. They have to go to school too. But I think that, now, I'm not being racist. I'm just saying that. I'm just acknowledging that if you have a sister that's black or something, like, she has different characteristics than you do because that is like a different heritage. That's a different family tree. So, like, even if you have a sibling that's not black, they have different traits than you. So, like, most black people naturally have the same, like, way that they are. Like, so they can't understand that why we push ourselves to discipline ourselves to do things that we don't want to do, and then we get brainwashed into thinking sex can be one of those things. Like, I mean, you can even watch, like, Steve Harvey, and somebody sent a message like, when my husband wants to do the deed, like, I forget what it said, but it sounded like she didn't really want to. It sounded like it's just something that, like, she has to do, like, to please him. See what I'm saying? So there's always, like, some one good white person who's forcing themselves to do things that is not pleasing to them. And when you do that with black people, you're trying to branch off and you're trying to, like, create your own life. You think that somebody's gonna love you. You think one of them is gonna love you just because you're having sex with them. Because this is another manipulation tactic, is that they will say, like, you're weird. If you don't have sex with them, they're like, you're weird. Like, I'm never gonna talk to you again. Like, if you, or like, yeah, they will, like, threaten to, like, never talk to you again or something. And that is a manipulation tactic too. And I know, of course, black women don't fall for this because naturally that's just not their characteristics. But I'm not saying white women are weak, but what I'm saying is that it is wrong for somebody to pressure you into doing something that you don't want to do through whatever manipulation that they do, and then calling you weak for falling for it just because you don't have anywhere else to go for love. You don't have a home to go to. Terrific! Come inside! You can't go home and feel comfortable. So I was just having sex with guys just so I could stay with them, just so I could be somewhere else. I wanted to be, like, anywhere except for home. And yeah, that's just hairy. But yeah, is that him? Terrific, come inside! You better come in. Terrific! Terrific! Come inside! Yeah, I'm gonna kill myself if he doesn't come inside. Not really, like, I'm just gonna, like, slit my wrist, but I can go to the mental hospital because, like, I really, really, like, want to die. And I remember, like, last year around this time, like, I also, like, went to the mental hospital. Not last year, I meant to say 12 years ago. And, okay, so let's talk about that, right? So, God revealed to me that one day I will be in the hospital. So, I feel like the day's coming because it's, like, 12 years has passed since I got the vision. I've never felt good. I've not for one single day. Never felt okay. Stop meowing. We're waiting for Terrific to come in. You know, never felt okay. Like, not even for one single day. The only day I ever felt okay in the past, like, 15 years since I was 15 is the day I got saved. There's never been another day that I was even like, stop it! That's just him. He's trying to climb out from under the door. There's never been a single day that, like, I was just okay. You know, you see people, like, functioning normally. You see them happy. No, every day has been, like, an emergency. That's especially how it was when I was 15 for those 3 years when I was getting, like, sex trafficked and stuff. Because that's what'll make you cry. Like, when you get abused, you get, like, raped. Like, sometimes you will really get raped. It's like these black men are trying to punish you. And you already get, like, punished at home, like, for getting raped, for having sex, so then it makes you want to, like, run back to them, and then they just up the abuse. You know what I mean? They want to make you, like, not even human. Like, everybody's, like, betting on you that you're gonna die. Everybody's hoping that you're gonna die. Like, they're, like, choking you. Like, they're, like, you know, choking you with their dick. Like, you know, they just make you cry. They wanna, you know, gang rape you. They wanna, and I never liked it. And I've never had an orgasm, never in my whole life, and I think that is... So, okay, I just want to say this, that, you know, girls, people who have a presence around them of angels, of Jesus, of the Holy Spirit, the demons target those people. Because they want to steal that from them because they don't have it for themselves. So, but if you don't have an orgasm, they can't. Or if you cut them off or something, like, if you start to not let them have sex with you or something, you know, if you start to stand up for yourself, then they can't get that anymore. And, like, somebody was saying, like, you were a blessing. A guy was preaching. He was like, when you made all those guys come and stuff, like, you were a blessing to them. And be a blessing to yourself. Not by, like, giving yourself an orgasm. I just mean that by you making yourself feel good. Like, make yourself feel good. Like, they thought that they were somebody. They thought that they were important by having sex with you, by taking your pussy. They thought that made them feel good as a man. And I've never met a man in this whole world that was worth a damn thing. They're all shit. They ain't shit is what I'm trying to say. Like, they ain't shit, and they think that I'm not shit, but they're not shit. Because, let me explain this to you. You have to manipulate a girl into having sex with you, you're not shit. But it's my family that is the worst people in the whole... I know this sounds childish, but I think my family is the worst family in the entire world. That's just how I feel. I don't think anybody can even, like, relate to this and honestly understand that I'm 100% innocent. And nobody, especially not especially not black men. So, like, when I meet another man, and when I meet another black man, because I only like black guys, and there's black guys that only like white girls, and that's a preference, you cannot change it. So, like, when I meet another man and I tell him about, oh, I've had a lot of sex, like, they immediately start treating me differently. Even if you try to say, oh, I was raped, I didn't want to, I never liked it, they're not going to care. They're like in their head that's impossible for you to. It is no way in hell. There's no way on earth that you would just be having all this sex and you didn't want to. Like, there's no way that they're going to understand that white women are being brainwashed and sex trafficked all over America every single day. Like, God told me this. He said one day you're going to help a lot of women because you're going to fall into the same traps that you did, the same manipulations, and even black girls too, especially like young ones, especially like small ones and stuff, will be sex trafficked or are being sex trafficked. And when I say sex trafficked, it could just not even be for money. Like, it could just be just because. Like, it doesn't even have to be for money. I'm just saying, like, passed around, and you don't even want to be like passed around. But like, everybody thinks that girls are whores, or like that all girls are whores now. But I mean, yeah, then there's like all these people who are married, but I think that those are bad people. They have to be. Like, there's no way. Like, I don't know. I just don't understand. Like, yeah, if those are good people, I just don't understand. Like, why are they blessed, and why am I not blessed? Like, why are they blessed? Why are people blessed to just live normal lives and then look at other people and think that person just meant to do all those things? Oh, they wanted to just, get fucked and all this, just become like a piece of trash to society. Oh, but they're just a bad person. Like, they don't know that those people are like the best people. Like, they have those, that we have the best hearts out of any person on this earth. So I guess they just choose a woman who's just wants their money. They just find a woman, boom, exchange deal. There's like a tiny bit of love there, and that's all it is. And because anyway, I don't know why. I'm not gonna sit here and just explain to you how the devil rules everything, but I'm just making this video so that, like, after I'm in a mental hospital and I'm on a whole bunch of drugs, that I won't be able to say this. And it's not like some people think that if you want to go to a mental hospital, that's giving up. But I don't think that it is, because God showed me that one day I will be in the hospital. And yeah, that's a little bit like alarming, like, why, God? But it's more to be like, it just feels good for people to see that there is an emergency. Like, I love to go to the hospital. I go to the hospital for no reason. All my life I've done that. I've ran away and went to the hospital because I was having a panic attack, or like I will think that something's wrong with me, and then there won't be. Like, I thought I had a tapeworm because the cat had a tapeworm and he kept getting eggs all over the place in the food. Like, I thought it was getting in the food or something. And then I was like not hungry, so like I kept thinking like something was wrong with me. And then I went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, we're gonna get to the bottom of this. AI says that this could be like HIV or hepatitis, with all my symptoms of like being like not hungry and stuff. And so then I was like extremely nervous about that for like a week, until he never even called to tell me that my test results were negative. I had to go to the doctor again for something else, and then I was like, so can you give me the test results? Like, I guess they were negative because you didn't call. But I'm just saying, like, it's like they wanted something to be wrong with me. It's like everybody's always wanted things to be wrong with me. They want bad things to happen to me. Like, they do. I'm not just saying it. Like, nobody's ever loved me. They've never really, like, wanted me to succeed or, like, be happy. I mean, it's just like in the Bible where it talks about, oh yeah, let's go to the Bible. I think it's like Isaiah 30:30. But yeah, I think a lot of people are preying on my downfall, like, because I tell everybody my business. I tell them all, like, where I work at, because that's, like, the only thing they want to know. They will want to know specifics. Where is it at? Where is it located? How many days a week do you work? Because they want to pray against it. And I even noticed that, like, the owners looked really, like, down the other day. Like, they cooked us a whole barbecue. It was a Korean barbecue. It was so nice, delicious. But I was just like, I wonder why they look so sad. It's because they're being attacked by witchcraft. It's getting them down and everything. And anyways, I know we all want to believe that, like, everybody's not bad. Like, everybody can function, and, like, you don't have to kill yourself. You don't have to be in a mental hospital. Like, everybody thinks that this is possible for everybody to be okay. But the problem is that that nobody likes to admit the problems in the world. they don't like to acknowledge it, so they just brush it under the table, and then people go to the mental hospital, they go crazy, like they want to kill themselves, or like they get homeless or something. And then anyway, so I'm just saying that what was I about to say? I'm saying that, see how I can't even like talk right, but I can just tell all my business though. Okay, I'm saying that after I went to the mental hospital when I was 19, I got out, and I had to run away because if not, the same cycles would repeat itself because of the witchcraft they were doing to like brainwash me into doing the wrong things. Like they can pray that somebody will like do bad things to get a downfall. Like they want to make you feel like you're in hell. They want you to feel guilty. They want you to do bad things to feel guilty about. So I had to run away to get out from under the witchcraft so that they wouldn't know where I was. They wouldn't know what I was doing. I didn't talk to them at all. For years, I survived on my own on the streets. And imagine how black not homeless people, anybody who is extremely poor who say, I'm from the streets. Oh, it's tough out here. You don't know this. Like, you just a dumb white girl that you just chose to be out here because you want to get fucked. Or you just chose to be out here because you dumb. Like, they don't say because you dumb. What do they say? I don't even know because you crazy. Everybody just agreed. They started to agree. Yeah, she's just crazy because why else would she run away? See what I'm saying? Even when I was doing drugs, they're like, you a junkie. You a junkie. But then when I came back on the streets, they were doing the same drugs I was doing. And then I wasn't doing drugs anymore because God got rid of the drugs. Like I stopped doing drugs completely. So I wanted to be like a blessing to people. I've been a blessing to people in the wrong ways. I've never been a blessing to people in the right ways. Like I've been a blessing to people by them. They love to see somebody else like that's not like them suffer, but they don't want to actually help. They don't want to actually work together to build anything, to do anything. I could tell. I told them how they're corrupted, and he said, and J-Rock said, what do you expect? This is the hood. Of course we're corrupted, but you're not supposed to be like that. There's a chance that you don't have to be corrupted, right? Because the reason why they're corrupted is because they're targeted number one from the number one target for the devil. Why do you think they're poor? Why do you think they've been attacked so much? Because those are the most blessed people. I mean, those are the people that God thought that it was like a pull for me to go there, to think that these people are struggling too. When somebody's struggling, that's how you know they're being attacked by the devil, because there's something good in that person. So I'm talking about, these are the best people. You know, when you have that discernment, or when you just follow what God's telling you to do, that's what you do. You do things that everybody thinks is wrong. You do things that everybody's like, this is crazy, she's crazy. So why is she in the hood? But they loved it that I was there, though. They loved that I was there. They loved partying with me. And I don't even know. I know all kinds of people that I don't even remember. There's so many things I did that I don't remember. Like, I had sex with so many guys that I don't remember. But also because I was on Klonopins and I was mixing that with alcohol. So then there's like a whole year that I don't remember that. I mean, I've been places recently that they said I was at. They said I was at there all the time. And I know, and that all these people were around me. And I'm looking at all these people, I don't know any of them. So anyway, like, if I were to meet a guy, like, and for some reason he just seems familiar, it's like a possibility I could have had sex with him and just not known it. Like, that's how bad it was. Like, that's how much I wanted to die, because I felt so bad about myself. I would cry all the time. Like, I would get mad. I would really get mad more than anything. I started fighting people. I started fighting back. Like, I would get beat up by girls. I would get thrown out of houses. I would be bleeding because I would accidentally, like, trip, and, like, there would be, like, broken nails hanging out of the walls and stuff. And nobody cared, because they were like, oh, she's just crazy. She's just crazy because, so we don't care. Like, nobody cared if I died. They didn't care if they'd ever see me again. So anyways, I'm just saying, it was like I was sent to see if there was any good in the hood, and there wasn't. And I don't know. Okay, so what I'm saying is, I thought I was doing something wrong to get abused so much. I thought, God, what am I doing wrong? God, help me. help me, God. Like, why is this happening to me? Like, I would cry. I would just say, help me, God. And I always felt like I never had a direction. Like, I never knew, like, north from south, east to west. I never knew what to do or which way to go. So I would just go run away to the hood. And my mom always said, Elizabeth, follow your heart. So maybe I was trying to follow my heart. I don't know, because that's the only advice she ever gave me, which was probably a setup. It's probably just a setup, because she never raised me or anything. She just she would just let my brothers treat me however they wanted to, and we would do lots of crazy stuff, and she would never care. Like, we were allowed to do whatever we wanted to, because she thought she's weird. Alright, so there's these people who are like not human, right? RH negative people. They don't know how to rate. He's back! I'm not gonna kill myself. Goodbye! Sometimes I hope that when I went to the hospital recently because I thought I had tapeworm, that's the time that God's telling me about. But I'm like, there's so many things like that could like make me just like want to kill myself like every day. Like if I go to work and like I can't do it, like why do I look so terrible? And the guy at work was telling me that I look terrible, basically. He didn't say that, but he said that he basically said that. And God help me. Help me, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, I'll just be honest with you. I let some guy come over here this morning, and I didn't even want to, so I'm like, okay, let me say this first. What was I talking about? So, back when I was 19 and I got saved, I knew that if I don't leave, the same cycles will repeat themselves. Because it's a breaking down of the person that starts with their family. So now that I feel like I'm completely, like, for so many years, I was living on my own. And like I was trying to tell you, that I was so confident in myself. And that is one thing they wanted to take away. I was so confident in myself. I was like, I will make it with nothing. I will just leave with nothing. And then because I was a Christian, all the hood people, they wanted to kill me. They were like, girls came by with guns, they were going to smoke me because when you become a Christian, they hate you. So I had to leave. They were like, you got to get your stuff. Like, so I just like walked to Newport News. I was actually selling myself for like a little while, and then like a couple of days, not really for like a long time. Then I started living with this white lady, and then because I was like with I found some like old homeless guys, and they were like, oh, we know some lady, she's a mother hen, she'll take you in. So she did, but then I just, I was actually kind of bad. Like I was like, we should rob her. I texted my friend, but like the problem was I just didn't feel settled in my spirit when I was like or living with her. So it was kind of like I wasn't really serious about robbing her, which is like something dumb that a young person would say that was like around street guys all the time. And then she found out, she looked at the phone that she had given me. It was like a track phone, and then she kicked me out. It was really embarrassing in front of the whole hood. Like, they all thought I was a terrible person. I had a yeast infection too. And for some reason, my dumbass was like, I feel like you're missing a pair of underwear. And she got it, and it was like the one that was like all nasty and stuff in front of everybody. I said that. And I also, she's like, what's your parents' number? So then my parents came, and then they started just acting like they're wonderful parents in front of these black girls, and then every single black girl would like wish they had my parents. They're so dumb. Like when I was at the mental hospital, the girl Zakia, she was like my friend in there, but then when my parents came to visit, she was like, I would chop off my hand if I could have parents like yours. So black people, one thing about them, yes, they're strong, but they don't investigate shit. Well, yeah, they will investigate to try to find their point, but they don't actually dig and find out the truth behind things. White people know the truth more than anybody. White people always find out the fucking truth. I don't even do cuss, but I'm saying that there is no excuses to not know the truth, because there's so many videos that like white men have made, conspiracy videos where they show proof behind things. And I'm trying to do the same thing, but I don't have like proof because that's not my style. But what I'm telling you is that we cannot just go around thinking that everything's fine when it's not fine. When there are really people who are not human. They are really Rh negative. And that means that is the bloodline of Satan. Just like when Jesus became the King of Kings or whatever, he didn't like rule the world or whatever, but he did his job and he saved us all from going to hell. Well, the Christians, those of us who believe in him, whoever believes in his name believes he was the Son of God, he saved us from going to hell. And I think that because he had a bloodline that was like directly also linked to a bloodline. It was a bloodline, like you can trace it back, he was a Jew. His father was David. He's in the same bloodline of King David. So anyway, there was a specific bloodline that he had. So I think that when the Antichrist comes, they have the same thing. Like, there's a bloodline of the devil's seed, and they also are not human. Like, their bloodline is Rh negative. You know what that means? That means the rhesus monkey is not their ancestor. But I'm not saying that we're related to the monkey. I'm saying that when God created humans, he modeled us after the image of a monkey, and then just added some changes and was like, boom, human. So it's still in our DNA that we are part, like, related to the monkey, and that they don't, but it wouldn't matter if it was a monkey or a hippopotamus or a chicken. They don't have any relations to anything else on this planet. So scientists are like, how did they get here if they don't have any relations to anything else? They don't have something that's like linking them to this earth. I'm talking about science, but just bear with me. Like, imagine what scientists think is that, like, the world started off with the fish, and that's the same thing that the Bible says. It says it started off water, and then there was fish, and that's the same thing science says. So everything science says is not wrong. And some scientists were Christians. So there's just those people who are evil that are mixed in to make it evil. So if fish are the first thing that was born, and then fish are like babies, fish are like precious, that represents fertility. So the world was fertile, it was full of water, and then God created the land, and then he created the earth and like the animals. So evolution says the same thing. So if we were once like little fishies, that means that we were once a soul in heaven, and then we're similar to the animals because we come from this earth, and because we understand like the laws of like right from wrong and reproduction. Like, we understand why you would be mad sometimes. We understand why you have emotions. We understand why you cry. They don't. They don't have emotions. There are people who do not have emotions. And then when you point this out, it sounds so heartless because, like, what if it was you? What if it was you they were saying has no emotions? Because you're just numb to everything. No, I'm talking about there are people who are the seed of the devil. What if, like, the tree in Eden was really the devil? This is what some people hypothesize, is that it wasn't an apple that Eve ate. She slept with the devil. So what if this is why they want white women to be sex trafficked? Because they want us to sleep with the devil, and they want to ruin us, and they want us to be just full of pride and glory. Even black women, it doesn't matter the race, but what they want is for you to sleep with the devil. They want you to become nothing but full of yourself, full of your pussy. Like, yeah, look at what my pussy can do. I got all these men in a trance. So what? You think you're a goddess? Because that's what eating the apple was. That's what the devil said. He said, if you eat this apple, you will be able to see how, like, it will give you wisdom. It will make you, like, oh, not so, you won't surely die. But yes, you will. It says in the Bible that if you commit fornication, that you will die. You will die and go to hell. And that Solomon said that, a harlot's feet hold on to hell. That her feet, she lures you in and sends you to hell. So they can play this game of making girls look like harlots and prostitutes, making them look like the one who are sending men to hell. Okay? the women that men think are whores and stuff, that seems like, oh, they're really bad women, right? But they're not. It's just like, that's what it looks like to the world. So anyways, I'm just saying that all of these witchcraft prayers that they do, they only are in an appearance in this reality, but they're not in the spiritual realm. You still have grounds that they can't walk on. You still are living in a world that they cannot corrupt. Like, because if God knows you, because God knows you. God is the one who made you. God is the one who knows what you're going to do. He knows where your shortcomings are, and he knows how he's going to move you, like you're a piece on his board, on his chessboard. So when I got saved, my mom was horrified. Her jaw dropped when she really realized that there's nothing that she can do to send me back to that mental state that I was in. So when I was in that mental hospital, I realized that was God in me that caused me to fight when I was upset and angry and crying. That was God in me that was preaching when I was drunk. It wasn't craziness. That even in my sins, that was God leading me. God was leading me through the world, because in this world, there's not a way that you can not sin. There's not a way that you can not, that you can follow this Bible. There's not a way. But it would make life easier if you do follow it. But there is not a way that it would be possible that anybody could do this except for Jesus. It's impossible. Like, because I'm telling you, even God will lead you through the fire. He will lead you through hell. Where you're like, which way is right? There is no right way, but your way, because God is backing you. So you stand up for yourself. You don't let them rape you. Don't let them tell you that you're crazy. That fight in you, that saltiness, is the Lord. So even if you're white and they think that you're a weak white woman, your soul is strong. Your soul is really stronger than a black woman's, because that's where our strength really is. That they, on the physical, on the outside, it looks like they're stronger than us. But to tell these men that, no, I'm not scared. Like, I'm not scared. Whatever, I'll fuck. I don't care. Doesn't mean nothing to me. It's not shit. Then I feel like it really makes. I said it was a blessing to them. Said I was a blessing to them, but they get mad because it makes them feel like they're not really shit, though. Like, when they don't really have power over you, and then that's why you get hurt, when they couldn't please you. So, and they think, oh, there's just no love in you. You're just a numb little, what is the word? Like, ran through, like, and you could go years with no sex, but it doesn't matter. They still think you're just ran through. People don't know you, but you don't even care about having sex, because that's not what God wants you to do. And nobody's like on this level. Like, nobody like understands anything. Because I feel like all the people that would understand, they think I don't understand them. So they wouldn't even talk to me for me to even talk about nothing, because I don't even know. I don't talk to enough people. But, when you start to let yourself be sex trafficked, like I was going to say, I was just going to explain to you, like, I actually did let a guy come over, like, yesterday morning, and I shouldn't have, and I'll tell you about it, but, like, just because, I don't know why, I just feel like I should just be honest, but, because I want this to help somebody, for you to understand that in the physical realm, their witchcraft, it's crazy. It's like, first of all, okay, so when I got saved when I was like 19, I go home. Immediately after I'm home, I feel like this horrifying feeling of like falling into a spiral, and then I just feeling crazy, like a lot of times, like I feel like an attack of the devil, and I would get mad at my family and stuff, and I would feel so guilty. And like the day before I ran away, I like apologized a whole bunch, and a lot of times I think, oh, I should have just stayed, because now I'm basically back in their clutches doing the same thing. But I I survived on my own. I had to rob people. I'm not going to tell you how I did that, but I stopped being an escort. I started robbing people, so it still seems like I'm a bad person, but I was living with this guy. I didn't want to have sex with him. I just did it anyway. I just had to. You gotta push through, like, what you don't want to do and think that that's the only thing you can do in life. I'm like, God, where is the love? Like, why can't I just do something I want to do? Why is it, like, just a fight for survival and everybody else is, like, fine? And then they don't even understand. They think that this is what you want to do. It's just it's a sick game that these people, like these secret societies, play and everything. And so, but what I'm trying to tell you, I hope you're still listening. I hope you're still there. What I'm trying to tell you is, I guess there was good in it, though. I guess there was good in living with him in the hood. I guess it was better than living with my parents. I guess I was always trying to do the best thing I could, and that still was like, he would say, like, when you make it, like, remember this. And it was really, like, the best I'd been doing. Like, I've been making more money in the hood than anywhere else, for real. And I was making jewelry and everything. So, like, black men, at least him, they will not hide it if you're good at something. Like, they will encourage you to do things. Like, my family, they will just, and I don't even talk about them a lot, so you're like, they can't be that bad, but they are. And I just hate to, like, talk about it. But, like, yeah, they are negative about everything. Like, so, and they do witchcraft. So, like, I'm more, like, spiritual. Like, there was all these pictures of dead people all over the walls, and I think that though there was angels' spirit, and his mother was a Christian, so it was just like the vibe was good. There was like a Bible in there. It was like I just like being in that house. So living there, and then living some other places for a little bit, like for like 5 years, and then I guess the whole time what I'm trying to say is I tried to gain a relationship with God a little bit before I would become like the same way I was before. I thought that if I just don't leave, then I will become like a zombie. I'll become like retarded. I think I was going to become retarded or like seem completely helpless. So to gain that backing, like I wanted to find people that understood what I was saying. Like, I tried to go to churches and stuff, and I realized they were all the synagogue of Satan, and I never could find a single person that could make me feel like I'm not crazy, and like that actually, okay, a little bit I could, because I'm saying that they can't grasp everything I'm saying. Like, I don't think that black people's minds can grasp it, because there's no way. They think I'm lying. They think that there's no way that your family is that bad. They just can't believe it. They're just like, they just continuously say that I'm lying. They continuously call me a spoiled brat. They continuously did those kinds of things, like wanted to fight me, wanted to, just continuously insult me. Like, after I started talking to my parents when I was with my boyfriend, he would just stand around and insult me for hours on end until I would fight him, until he would beat me up, and then I would call the cops, but they would be like, oh, but you hit him first, so we can't do anything. And then one day I was like, you can't do anything? I was like, you get out of my house then, you assholes. So they left. They were talking to him outside. I pushed him. They all grabbed me. They take me to jail. I get charges that I still have for assaulting the police, and I can't like drive an Uber or something because of the charges. That they're going to be it's going to be 7 years soon, which I think that the charges drop by that time. But when I got a new car because I thought I could drive Uber, I couldn't. It's just not normal. It's just like when I realize, like, when I meet a guy at work or whatever, my manager, and I hear about his problems, it's like, I've realized this is like a normal guy in a normal life, even though his problems are like a little bit bad, like, or like whatever. Like, this is just like normal shit. Like, and then for normal people to even think, like, I'm not saying that he thinks this, but for normal people to not know you and to think that you just ain't shit, like to think that you just look like shit for no reason, like he's trying to tell me I look terrible and stuff, like, and then for me to be not able to really do a good job, and for the customers, I think because they all speak Korean. I don't know what they said, but they went and talked to the managers like that. I can't. I'm not a good server or something, like, because I'm just not. I'm just too depressed, like, to do a good job. And for nobody to acknowledge that white women get like brainwashed and sex trafficked. I mean, it's even like there was like a whole sex trafficking ring in Virginia Beach, but most girls just do it on their own, or like literally me and my friend did get like sex trafficked at one point. And like black girls would do it too, for sure. Like when I was locked up, like when I was in juvie, every single little girl in there said they sold their pussy. Every single one of them. We were only from 14 to 17. There's not a lot of things that they haven't done too. We played Never Have I Ever. Everybody did everything that was said. Everything. So I'm just saying that something is very wrong with the world. And those were the best girls ever. Like, they were ready to riot. They were ready to get out of there. The girls are way crazier than the boys. Like, girls fight every single day. Every single day. We'd be locked down. But we were planning on actually breaking out. And then it didn't happen. But Kiana tried to. Me and her were going to court, and she picked up the chair when I was getting, like, I already got handcuffed and shackled and, like, feet and chains wrapped around me and stuff. They take the kids really seriously. So then Kiana picked up her chair, broke it over top of the lady's head, and then the boys started fighting. But I'm just telling you, like, a lot of times, like, these crazy things, like, girls will say, like, crazy stuff, and, like, boys won't really believe you. They won't really believe, like, that stuff is really as fucked up as it is until it's too late, until they are, like, fucked over, like, locked up or something and can never get out. Like, nobody really believes anything is as fucked up as it is until they are in it. And then they remember how they thought you must have done something so bad for that to happen to you. But then when it happens to them, that's when they remember you and remember they didn't know they could end up like you. Just like I've looked at people when I was a kid and everything, when I was just like a young, like 13, 14-year-old, I never thought I could be a drug addict. I never thought I could be one of those people that live on the streets or something. Like, I just never thought it was possible. And I think I kind of like inquired of the Lord, like, God, how does that happen to people? And he showed me. And then when I was like in Riverside, I still didn't understand that even the most lowly, ugliest, like, and I'm ugly, like the most just not cool, like the most weirdest, lame person, God loves them. So, because I was looking at some people like that when I was sitting there and I was judging them, and I was like, I don't think you love them, do you, God? And then now I'm one of them, right? So anytime you ever look at somebody and think, oh yeah, I couldn't end up like that, you will end up like that. Everybody will. I'm not just saying this like sometimes you will. I'm saying that anybody who thought that you did something wrong, or that God doesn't love you, because if he did, he would fix your life will be fixed, and theirs will end up like yours. And then they will remember how they judged you, and how they weren't even there for you, how they weren't even there, and that they just abandoned you. They just left you for dead. You know, your best friends. And then, and guys too, guys will just fuck you and just leave you for dead. You'll be screaming and crying in the street. Another guy will come and be like, try to be like your knight in shining armor, and then just fuck you, and it's just nasty, and it's just horrible, and you just, you know, he wants you to say, oh, you can stay at my house with a Spanish woman and her kid. But it just, everything felt weird all the time to me. Nothing ever felt right. Nothing still feels right. I still don't feel like there's like a place where I'm comfortable. There's like no place I can go that I feel like, oh, this is where I belong. Like, I never feel like one of the humans. I don't ever feel like I'm one of the people. And like, nobody's like been through as much as me, and nobody thinks that nobody's been through anything as much as people think I haven't been through anything. And they just think, like, you know how people are like racist now, and they'll think like white women just don't age well. White women just don't age well. You know, they don't think that it's just because you've been through a lot. They think that, you know, it's just because you're white that you look like shit. And I don't know what I was going to say. If this guy is from the devil or whatever, but I'm going to start talking about it. So you know, I could have I went to sleep. I went home, I went to sleep. But he texted me and wanted to come, was like, texting me. I went to sleep and I said, no, don't come over. But at 5 in the morning, I was like, okay. Like, he texted me a whole bunch. The cat was even sleeping on my back. And I still, after keeping hearing my phone ding, I was like, let me just go see what he said. And then he was like, if you don't, he was like, can I come over? And then he was like, every time that you're about to, like, let me come over, then now you get scared. Because I don't even know what I said. I don't even know. I was like, it was like 5 a.m. And then I was like, I like just looked at the messages, and then I was like, you want to cuddle or something? I don't even know. I don't think I said that. I don't know what I said. It was something like, yeah, sure, come over, whatever. So it was like 5 at that point. And then I always, my whole life, thought that, like, guys could just, like, cuddle. I always thought that they could, like, just come over and just, like, spend the night, even, like, at my parents' house. Even though they didn't, like, let guys just come over. But one time I asked my dad, hey, can this, like, guy, like, come over? He just wants to spend the night. And my dad was just like, he was like, Elizabeth, you really think that he just wants to spend the night? And I'm like, yeah, that's what he said. He just wants to spend the night. He said, like, that's all. He said, he told me to ask my dad. Because he was an honest guy, and he just thought that we could sleep together or something. So, my dad looked at me like I was so dumb that I was just, like, hopeless. And he was just like, I think he said, he used to treat me like I was so dumb, like I was just so hopeless, like, oh my god, like, and my mom used to just yell at me all the time, and, like, she used to just basically make me think that everything was my fault, and, like, that I was just a dumb whore, like, drug addict, and that I was just, like, ruining her life and everything. So anyways, it was just so pointless vanity, screaming matches and stuff. It was so exhausting. That's why I would leave, okay? So, because everybody made me feel horrible. Like, my brothers, they would just be like, ew, you know. So anyways, so he said no or whatever, but the boy eventually died. The boy killed himself. He, like, overdosed on drugs. And I worked with him at Joe's Crab Shack. Yeah, he was a cook. He was a little white boy. He was like a pirate. Yeah. His name was Taylor. So anyways, rest in peace, Taylor. But what I was gonna say is, so I would be thinking, like, boys could just come over and, like, spend the night. I would think we could just cuddle or something. So that's what I was thinking. And then he came over, and then, like, he gave me some chicken wings, and we were cuddling. But then he always wants to try to have sex with me, though. I'm like, I know that. I know he's like that. And then, so I was just like, no, for so long. And he keeps trying to take off my, I was wearing, like, little, like, jogger shorts. And then, like, he freaking took them off at one point. But guys used to just take off my clothes, like, the majority of the time I had sex, I would be too drunk to do anything else. So they just take off my clothes. I never had a choice. I think the reason why guys aren't raping me is just because I'm not as cute as I used to be. So then he basically was like, just like, I was like, no. And then he just, like, basically, he didn't, like, just stick it in or anything. It was just like, just on the top, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not even gonna talk about this. This is so weird. Like, why would I even talk about this? But, what I'm saying is that it's all my fault. There I go again, like, feeling like everything's my fault. Like, before he came over, I had, like, a panic attack, and I was just like, no, I just want to be alone. I don't want you to come over. I just want to be alone. And he's like, you're acting, like, so weird that, like, if you don't let me come over, then I'm never gonna, like, talk to you again. And he always threatened me with stuff like that. That's the kind of manipulation I'm talking about. For girls who are being sex trafficked, like, guys won't understand you because they don't understand anything, and they just want to have sex. And I think that he's really of the devil, but I really kind of liked him a little bit. I thought, like, maybe not, because he's, like, supposedly, like, a Christian and stuff, but I don't know. I don't even know if I should post this because I said like too much, but I don't know. I'm just saying, like, this probably doesn't even happen to girls anymore. Like, they probably don't even get raped a bunch. They probably just give it up. But God told me, like, one day he said all these girls are gonna be whores one day. So that's why you don't have to feel bad. But I wonder if I did anything wrong by like running away from home again. I wonder if I was supposed to stay home. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you have to ask yourself, like, I wonder if it was a sin that I didn't just go ahead and have sex with him, because now it seems like really, really weird that like I wouldn't let him stick it in. Like, it seems like I just teased him, like teased the hell out of him for no reason, and like that I even like know what I'm doing, like as if I have an agenda. You know, I don't know anything from day to day. I don't make any like evil schemes. I don't. And that's the one thing that nobody's ever believed. My dad has realized that I'm just an idiot, and he doesn't care. He's like, oh my gosh, like you get ripped off the most from anybody. Like T-Mobile ripped me off. So that's why I think he feels like it'd be better if I was just dead. And like that's why when I didn't die, nobody was excited about it. They were like, fuck. When I got back from the mental hospital, my brothers were like, oh, we didn't even notice you were gone, or like it was more peaceful like when you weren't here. So, you know, like when I say, you know, when black people complain about like how white people treat them, don't you understand that that's how they treat other white people too? Like, it's not just you. It's a spirit in you that they don't like. So when they see a person who's kind of got like a good spirit in them, that they haven't been broken yet, they haven't been broken into submission yet. So they treat you terribly all the time for no reason, like as if you're a bad person. So what I'm saying is now somehow my mind has been so fucked up that I let that shit happen again. Something similar. Or like anytime, like now I try to explain to guys, if they were to try to have sex with me, I'd be like, I've been abused before, sexually abused. Oh my gosh. And then like it would like happen like a tiny bit, and then like somebody will find out about it that like I really like, and then they will be like, they will never take me seriously again when they find out. Or people will literally lie too. People will like, I think they will like lie just cause like say like when the whole big old fight thing happened, I told you how the Wanda's house got shot up, and there was this guy that was her boyfriend, and it was all his fault because people were looking for him. And then when I told her that because of him the whole vibe changed, she thought I said he was a witch. So then when I came over, he was like, you called me a witch, I was like, no, I never called you a witch. And then this guy Zach came over there. We got this guy Zach. He beat him up because he was trying to fight me. And then everybody, all these dudes, they just started fighting. I mean, they just started like they were about to fight, but then Zach knocked him out. And then I'd already got my car started because I was already getting cussed out about like losing some cigarettes that I bought somebody. And then it's like, where the fuck are my cigarettes? They thinking like I took them, or at least I knew where they were. I didn't know. So then I was like, Wanda, come here, give me the car, turn the car on, and then we take some shots. And then I go in the house. I went to the kids' room to watch from the window because they were watching from the window what's going on out there. And then I'm just like, I need to go because I just need to go home, because then the dude started calling me a hoe because he was like still looking for the cigarettes. Like, where the fuck are my cigarettes? You stupid hoe. And then I was like, I'm about to go out there, and I'm like, I didn't know what I was gonna do. But I just got in my car. I was like, because he was still in the car looking for. I was like, get the fuck out of my car. I just started screaming at him, get the fuck out of my car. So then everybody got scared. The 3 dudes that, it was Tay, Banga, and Reese, I guess. The one that I accidentally had sex with like a tiny bit, and then Tay never liked me again because he kept bringing it up. Because guys will find like the smallest thing to just be like, you did that. You did this. So that means that. Boom, you're not shit. You know, they'll find anything to just be like, oh, count it out. So anyway, like, so they all got out except for the dude that knocked the dude out. So then I drive off with him in the car. And Tay threw a liquor bottle at my car, and it broke on the car. It didn't even, like, break the window. So then we drive off. So then, obviously, they're going to think that, oh, I fucked that guy because I drove off with him. So I'm just saying that even if you have fucked a lot of guys, even if you only fucked one of them, they're still going to use that as a reason to call you a hoe. Or even if you fucked them, they don't even know that. They'll think you fucked guys that you didn't fuck. So what I'm trying to figure out, what I'm trying to ask God is, am I cheating myself? Am I cheating myself by not having sex with guys? Like, is that, because nobody actually waits till they're married to have sex anymore. And that's what I'm trying to do. Because I'm like, oh, because I'm not following the Bible, that's why my life is all fucked up. But nobody waits till they're married anymore. All these people who get married, they already have sex with each other. So when you actually try to do that, then nobody believes it. They're like, this is crazy. Like, this is weird. Like, if you keep acting weird like this, I'll never talk to you again. You know? So it doesn't even matter. I'm not saying that, like, I care about having a man, but I'm just saying that if you don't follow what God says to do, they're going to be confused. Because if you're wishy-washy like I was, like, and you let them almost hit, or like, you know, barely stick it in, and then you're like, no, I don't want to do this. And then they're like, okay, well, why did you, like, invite me over and leave me out and all this other stuff? You know? Because there are those of us who really live like Eve did before she ate the apple. Like Krishan Rock. Like, Krishan Rock walks around naked because she thinks that that is not provocative because she is not a whore. Like, you know, like, well, Vicky, she's being sex trafficked because she's a white woman and because that's what they do to white women who are good people. They just sex traffic them. Look it up. That's what they're doing to Bo Vicky. So, anyways, that's all I guess. God bless you. Amen. Jesus loves you. And I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad or nothing.